In this RivonClaw tutorial, we will show how to enable AI customer service for an already connected TikTok shop and how to verify the main operating areas in the customer service workspace. Before enabling RivonClaw AI customer service, start with one prerequisite in TikTok Seller Center. Open Automation Tools. After the page opens, scroll down to find the Chatbot tool. TikTok Shop's built-in chatbot can provide basic automated replies and polite greetings when there is no AI assistant. But if it runs at the same time as RivonClaw AI customer service, buyers may receive duplicate replies. Open the chatbot settings, then make sure chatbot is turned off. After the state shows off, return to RivonClaw. Shop authorization was already introduced in the previous video, so this episode starts from an already authorized test shop. First, open the Shops and Authorization page. After the page finishes loading, find the connected TikTok Shop row. This shop has already completed authorization, so we can go straight into customer service configuration. Open the shop details. After the drawer appears, first look at the service switches area. These service cards decide which RivonClaw capabilities are enabled for this shop. Right now, AI customer service is still disabled. Turn on the AI customer service switch directly. After the status changes to enabled, the drawer shows a new customer service settings tab. Switch to the AI customer service tab and wait until the settings page loads. First, look at the customer service entitlement card at the top. It shows trial, subscription, and validity status. Newly added shops now receive a free trial period by default. After the trial is used up, you can renew or recharge here. The first step is binding the current device. After binding the shop to this desktop device, check for the current device badge. That indicates this desktop client will receive and process customer service conversations for this shop. Next, review the customer service run profile. The run profile decides which shop tools the AI customer service agent can call. In most cases, the default customer service profile is enough, and more advanced custom settings can be managed from the account page. The area below shows the available tool list and tool count, so you can check whether the agent can access orders, products, or conversation context. Then confirm the model source used by customer service. Usually you can start with the global default model. If a specific shop needs a stronger or cheaper model, you can override it here. The nearby hint area explains that this setting only affects customer service for the current shop. Escalation routing sends issues that AI cannot handle independently to a human. First, choose the escalation notification channel, then confirm the recipient. It supports connected channels such as Telegram, WeChat, Facetune or Lark, Google Chat, Slack, Line, Discord, and iMessage. Even if you do not configure an external notification channel yet, you can still handle escalations later directly inside RivonClaw's customer service workspace. Finally, fill in the business prompt. This is where you define the shop's reply style, after-sales boundaries, and which situations must be escalated to a human. You do not have to write this prompt from scratch. You can simply tell the AI what you need in the chat page, or even ask it to read this shop's historical customer service conversations and organize a prompt that is ready to save. After editing, click Save. Once the save is complete, these rules will be used in future customer service replies. After configuration is complete, open the customer service workspace. When the workspace loads, first look at the workspace navigation and the conversation handling area. Start with the conversation filters. You can use the shop filter to focus on one shop, use status, AI, and escalation filters to narrow the work queue, or use the search box to find a buyer, order, or conversation directly. On the left, the conversation list shows the customer service conversation prepared in the test account. Each row displays the shop, time, buyer preview, plus conversation status and escalation badges. After selecting a conversation, the conversation detail panel opens on the right. The lower part of the detail panel, the message thread, is where you review buyer questions, historical replies, images, or order-related content. At the top, the conversation-level AI switch controls whether this individual conversation should continue to be handled by AI. In this tutorial, we only show where it is and do not change its state. If you need more context, open the Details button. The popover shows conversation, buyer, order, and other metadata, and also shows the Start AI entry. These identifiers should use test data or be masked in final assets. For long conversations, you can use the Summary button to let AI summarize the buyer request and current handling progress. In this episode, we only show the entry and do not generate a summary, so the recording does not wait on a long async step. At the bottom, the manual reply area is used when a human takes over. The input box can hold a draft reply, and the Send button sends the message to the buyer. In this tutorial, we only show the entry and do not send a real message. If the conversation has been handled, you can see the End Session button. If there is still an unresolved escalation in this conversation, the button may be disabled, reminding you to handle the escalation before closing the customer service session. This sample conversation already has an escalation badge. Open it directly from the conversation detail, and the modal shows the full handling panel. In this example, the buyer asks whether they can get a discount if they purchase 100 units at once. That is why AI chose escalation. The escalation reason explains that this is a bulk purchase discount request involving price commitment and commercial review. AI should not promise the discount automatically, so it escalates the case to a human. The context area keeps the buyer's original question, so the manager can decide how to respond. In the manager guidance area, you can write the human decision into the guidance input. For this case, we do not need to write a full customer-facing reply ourselves. We can simply tell the AI, a purchase of 100 units can get 20% off. AI will use that decision to write the customer service response and continue in the language the buyer is using. At the bottom, there are two different actions. The send button is respond. It passes the human judgment back into the customer service workflow. If you also check mark as resolved, this escalation will be treated as resolved. If an external escalation channel is connected, you can also reply to the AI directly in Telegram, WeChat, or another chat channel, and AI will continue the customer service conversation based on your human decision. On the other side, the dismiss button closes an escalation that no longer needs handling, for example a duplicate escalation, a buyer issue that is changed, or a case already handled elsewhere. It does not write new guidance into the workflow. Here we only explain the buttons and input areas. We do not click send or dismiss, so the test state remains reusable for the next recording. At this point, this TikTok Shop has completed AI customer service enablement, current device binding, and validation of the main customer service workspace features. Before an actual recording, as long as the test shop and test conversation are prepared, this flow can demonstrate the full loop from configuration to operational handling.